While critics were busy questioning his commitment to Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders was quietly doing something that would silence every single doubter. What happened next at the Rainbow Terrace apartments wasn't just another celebrity appearance. It was a masterclass in authentic leadership that's making haters absolutely furious. You won't believe what this rookie quarterback did with his own money when he heard about the devastating fire that displaced over 40 families. This isn't your typical feel-good story. This is about a young man who's redefining what it means to be a franchise player, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Cleveland fans are calling him more than just their quarterback. They're calling him their hero. The past few weeks have been absolutely devastating for the residents of the Rainbow Terrace apartments in Cleveland's Garden Valley neighborhood. On June 23rd, an explosion and fire didn't just displace more than 40 families and send multiple people to the hospital. It took the life of a man who died trying to save others, a true hero whose sacrifice shook the entire community to its core. But here's what the mainstream media won't tell you about what happened next. While talking heads on sports shows were debating whether Shedeur Sanders could handle the pressure of being Cleveland's franchise quarterback, he was already proving them wrong in the most powerful way possible. This isn't about football stats or draft predictions. This is about character, authenticity, and the kind of leadership that can't be taught in any playbook. Today, I'm taking you inside the Garden Valley Funfest, where Shedeur Sanders didn't just show up, he showed out. And what you're about to see will completely change how you view this young quarterback and what it truly means to represent a city. The haters are absolutely fuming because they can't find a single thing to criticize about what happened here, and honestly, that's exactly the point. Here's where this story gets absolutely incredible, and it's something that separates true leaders from pretenders. When everything transpired, Shedeur Sanders wasn't even in Cleveland. He was out of town, probably handling business, training, or dealing with the countless demands that come with being a rookie quarterback in the NFL. Most people would have sent their condolences, maybe made a donation, and called it a day. But that's not who Shedeur Sanders is. The moment he heard about the tragedy, and here's the part that gives me chills every time I think about it, his first thought wasn't about his schedule, his commitments, or the million other things demanding his attention. His immediate reaction was crystal clear. The first thing I do when I get back is definitely come to the community. Not eventually. Not when it's convenient. Not when the cameras are rolling for a scheduled PR event. Immediately. Think about what this reveals about his character. This is a 22-year-old kid who could easily hide behind agents, publicists, and team management. He could have written a check, posted something on social media, and moved on with his life. Instead, he received a message on Instagram detailing the tragedy at Rainbow Terrace apartments, and rather than taking the easy route of simply sending money, he made a decision that would define his relationship with Cleveland forever. It would be much better for me to go to the people myself, help them out, and cheer them up, Sanders explained. This wasn't about optics or building his brand. This was about genuine human connection during one of the darkest moments this community had experienced. He understood something that many professional athletes never grasp, that sometimes your physical presence means more than any amount of money you could donate. But here's what makes this even more remarkable. Shedeur didn't just decide to visit. He orchestrated an entire event. From his own pocket, let me repeat that, from his own pocket, he arranged food carts, games, and activities specifically designed to bring joy back to families who had lost everything. This wasn't a team-sponsored event or a league initiative. This was a young man using his resources to create moments of happiness for people who desperately needed them. The planning, the coordination, the personal investment, all of this happened while he was dealing with the pressures of being a rookie quarterback preparing for his first NFL season. While other players were focused solely on their training regimens and contract negotiations, Shedeur was thinking about displaced families and traumatized children who needed to smile again. This immediate, authentic response set the tone for everything that followed. It established Shedeur Sanders not just as Cleveland's quarterback but as someone who genuinely understands what it means to be part of a community. And trust me, what happened next at the Garden Valley Funfest proved that this wasn't just a one-time gesture, this was the beginning of something special. What Shedeur Sanders created at the Garden Valley Funfest wasn't just another community event, it was a masterpiece of authentic leadership that left everyone, including hardened critics, absolutely speechless. Picture this, a neighborhood that had been devastated by tragedy, families who had lost everything, children who hadn't had a reason to smile in weeks suddenly transformed into a celebration of hope, resilience, and genuine human connection. But here's what makes this story even more incredible. Shedeur didn't show up alone with a small entourage and a few photo opportunities. He brought an entire support system with him. Cleveland Browns defensive end Mike Hall joined him, along with boxer Montana Love and other local heroes, creating what can only be described as a dream team of community support. This wasn't about individual recognition, this was about collective impact. Montana Love's words at the event perfectly captured what everyone was witnessing. Shedeur Sanders is a valuable asset to this community. He truly understands the importance of being there for the people who need it most. But Montana went deeper, explaining something that separates Shedeur from other athletes. He isn't someone who just talks the talk. He keeps an eye on what's happening in the community. He does more than just show up for a photo op. He genuinely wants to help and always finds ways to make a difference. The atmosphere at the Funfest was absolutely electric. Children who had been traumatized by the fire and displacement were running around, laughing, playing games, and just being kids again. Parents who had been stressed about housing, belongings, and rebuilding their lives found themselves relaxing, connecting with neighbors, and feeling supported by their community. The food carts weren't just feeding people, they were nourishing spirits that had been broken by tragedy. Shedeur's own words about the experience reveal everything you need to know about his character. The vibe here is so down to earth. People are just real, and there's so much positivity. I don't understand why more people wouldn't want to come here and experience this. This wasn't scripted PR speak. This was genuine appreciation for the community he's chosen to represent. But the most powerful moment came when Shedeur took to Instagram, not to promote himself, but to encourage others to get involved. Come down and help these people out, and enjoy the vibe while you're at it, he posted. He was using his platform not for personal gain, but to amplify the needs of his community and invite others to be part of the solution. The residents couldn't stop talking about how this was the nicest thing that had happened to them during their most difficult time. One community member after another expressed how Shedeur's presence brought warmth and hope when they needed it most. This wasn't just about the activities or the food, it was about the message his presence sent. You matter. Your community matters. You're not forgotten. This is what authentic leadership looks like, and it's exactly why the haters are so frustrated. They can't find anything to criticize because there's nothing performative or calculated about it. Here's where this story transcends sports and becomes something much more profound. What we witnessed at the Garden Valley Funfest wasn't just a community event, it was a glimpse into the soul of someone who understands that true success isn't measured in touchdowns or contracts, but in the lives you touch and the communities you uplift. Shedeur Sanders has been building this connection with Cleveland long before the cameras started rolling at Rainbow Terrace. Since during the season last year, since even before that, he explained, that was just something I generally do and what I find fun. This reveals something crucial. His community involvement isn't reactive or opportunistic. It's been a consistent part of who he is, woven into the fabric of his character. But listen to what he says about where he finds his peace. It's a lot of negativity. It's a lot of talk going on in the world. So that's where I find my peace, my happiness, my joy, being able to have a positive influence on the youth. This is a 22-year-old who could easily get caught up in the noise, the criticism, the pressure of professional sports. Instead, he's found his center in service to others. The impact on young fans is absolutely incredible to witness. Just recently, a young fan was captured on camera, absolutely ecstatic after meeting Shedeur, proudly declaring, "Shedeur is my QB number 1 for Cleveland." But it's not just about football fandom, it's about inspiration, representation, and showing kids what's possible when you combine talent with character. Wherever Shedeur goes in Cleveland, young fans swarm around him with genuine love and admiration. This isn't manufactured celebrity worship. This is authentic connection based on respect for someone who consistently shows up for his community. These kids see in Shedeur not just an athlete, but a role model who demonstrates that success comes with responsibility. But here's what makes Shedeur's approach even more remarkable. He's not settling into comfort. "I'm not in a rush to settle into comfort," he said, emphasizing that while he feels at home in Cleveland, his eyes are always on the next level. He understands that true leadership requires continuous growth, continuous service, and continuous commitment to being better. This mindset is exactly what Cleveland needs. The city has experienced disappointment, has seen athletes come and go without truly investing in the community. Shedeur represents something different. Someone who sees his platform not as a privilege to be enjoyed, but as a responsibility to be honored. His message is crystal clear. Success isn't just about personal achievements, but about giving back and being a positive influence on those around you. Through his actions at Rainbow Terrace and throughout Cleveland, he's demonstrating that in times of hardship, it's important to come together, uplift one another, and create moments of joy amidst the struggle. This is why the haters are so frustrated. They can't diminish what Shedeur is building because it's authentic, consistent, and impactful. He's not just playing football in Cleveland. He's investing in Cleveland's future. What we've witnessed with Shedeur Sanders at the Garden Valley Funfest isn't just a heartwarming story. It's a blueprint for what authentic leadership looks like in professional sports. While critics were questioning his readiness for the NFL, he was proving his readiness for something much more important, being a true representative of the city he plays for. From the moment he heard about the Rainbow Terrace tragedy while out of town, to his immediate commitment to personally support the community, to the incredible event he orchestrated from his own pocket, Shedeur has shown us what it means to be more than just an athlete. He's demonstrated that success isn't just about personal achievements, but about using your platform to uplift others and create positive change. The Garden Valley Funfest brought joy to families who had lost everything, hope to children who needed to smile again, and unity to a community that had been shaken by tragedy. But more than that, it established Shedeur Sanders as someone who understands that being Cleveland's quarterback means being Cleveland's champion in every sense of the word. His willingness to go above and beyond, not just as a football player but as a friend and supporter of his community, speaks volumes about his character. This isn't about rushing to success or settling for comfort. It's about building something lasting, meaningful, and impactful for both himself and the people of Cleveland. By continually investing in the community and connecting with the next generation, Shedeur is setting an example that will resonate for years to come. He's showing us that true greatness isn't measured in statistics or accolades, but in the lives you touch and the communities you serve. What do you think of Shedeur Sanders' approach to community leadership? Have you ever seen an athlete make this kind of genuine impact in their city? Drop a comment below and let me know if you think more professional athletes should follow his example of going beyond just playing the game and making a real difference in their communities. If this story inspired you as much as it inspired me, smash that like button and subscribe for more content about athletes who are changing the game both on and off the field. And don't forget to share this video with anyone who needs to see what authentic leadership looks like. In the next video, I'll be breaking down more examples of athletes who are redefining what it means to be a role model in their communities. You won't want to miss it.